Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Forever 50 and this is part 3 of my favorite products. Yeah. So, the fads, come and go items, permanent items, you know, great products that do exactly what they say they're going to do. Then there's times when you just need a little extra picking up on your hair. I've had a couple situations where I needed several extra picking ups on my hair. For example, I don't know if y'all noticed, but this is very short on the top. I like to highlight my hair with color in the spring and summer. Usually it's a auburn color or a blondish, little golden blondish highlight. Well, last summer I highlighted my hair all the way across the top. Now, mind you, it's pretty, nice and blondish. I'm gonna see if I can add a picture to this. But this whole top part right here is short compared to, well, it's starting to grow back now, so it's been several months, but it was, so you can see how tall it is. I would say it probably was about that short in the front when I first said to myself, "Uh-oh, Terry, you losing your hair in the top." Because you got, this side that is this long, you know, out to there. And then you got this little short piece that only comes to, right there. You kind of look at that and go, okay, um, you got a little situation going on where you losing your hair. See the distance between those two? I said, okay, you know better than that. It is time for you to get a protein treatment. And so I started with my basics. I decided to do the Aphogee. Let me see that. 2-step protein treatment. This right here is save your life, girl. It'll get that hair back, get them curls back popping in one treatment. Now, using this, you got the top treatment part. Let's see if I can get that to focus in here. This is the protein part. Okay, you see it says stop breakage. When you spray this in your hair, it makes your hair really hard. So you have to let it dry hard. And you don't manipulate your hair. You don't comb it. You don't put your fingers in it. Maybe if you put your fingers in it, maybe the fluff is so air can get to it, so it can dry all the way down to the roots, because you want it, you want all your hair to start to dry. And then you rinse it out, and then you go back in and you put in the second part, which is the balancing moisturizer. To get the moisture back after it's been hard. Because I'm telling you, when you put the first part in, your hair will be hard as a rock. It'll be hard as a rock. So this particular treatment stopped my hair from breaking. It added that protein I needed back into my hair because my hair had gotten weak and was breaking, it was thinning, it was doing a little something, everything on the top. Only problem is I waited too long to go get the treatment and and style it, you know. So it just kept breaking off, and it was getting shorter and shorter and thinner and thinner. And I was like, okay, it's time you do something for your hair, Terry. You know, you just let it just go. You're gonna be bald on the top in a minute. Then you're gonna be mad. So anyway, so that is what I did. So a couple months later, I decided to just go ahead and just add the. Well, I waited. Let me not say a couple months later. Say 30 days later, I added this back to my regimen. I showed this in my previous video. It's the Keratin and Green Tea Restructurizer by the same company, Apogee. I just put, just a little spritz in my hair and kind of run it through. Not a lot. You just put a little bit in there because it has a little bit of protein in it as well to help sustain what was going on with my hair. Well, I started watching these videos about rice water. And I said, okay, that sounds pretty interesting. Maybe I should try that. So I did a little research. And I determined that people were showing that rice water helps your hair grow. And I said, okay, that should help with, this situation. So I tried it. And yes, it is a great addition to your hair regimen. It is kind of the same thing as what you would kind of think about these two products. Essentially what it does is strengthen the core of your hair. Your hair will be a little hard, so you have to put it in your regimen before your last condition step. So what I did was, as you can see, this is my bag I used already. What I did was I put a couple teaspoons in some water and let it, what they call, ferment overnight. Where the water is clear and foggy. So I use this little spray bottle right here. Most of my spray bottles, I label them with a marker, and I know what I use them for. So I use them over and over again. And they got other kinds of products in there and cause the thing to get clogged up. So I let it sit in there. Well, the second time I did it, I think I did it in here. The first time I did it, I just put it in a bowl. And I let it sit in a bowl overnight, and I drained the juice away from the rice, because you don't want the rice in here, right? So I drained the juice away from the rice, and then I waited till after I shampooed my hair, and then I sprayed this in here. I let it set on my hair for like about 30 minutes or so, maybe a little bit longer. And then I went back in and kind of, squeeze it, push it through so it could, get all through the hair. And I let it set for another 30 minutes. Then I went and I rinsed it out, and I put a conditioner in it. More than likely, I used this one. This is the Design Essential Almond and Avocado Moisturizing Detangling Conditioner. And I conditioned my hair, let the conditioner sit on there for like about 5 minutes or so. And then I was done for the day. So I noticed, though, that my hair felt the same way it did after I used this. My hair was a lot stronger, had a thicker consistency to it, and I will say I believe that this helped help with my new growth on the top, because I'm telling you, this, do you see how tall this was? See, this is this part. I'll turn to the side, see. Yeah, y'all can see. Let me just straight up like this. This was not this long about a month ago. So using this is a nice addition to your regimen if you want to really deal with adding a protein type conditioner to your regimen. You got these three choices: this, or this, or this, to your regimen to add some protein in your hair. My suggestion is you become a natural, that you put, let's say every 3 months, some type of protein in your hair to help strengthen your hair. Mainly because as you become a natural, you decide to transition out of that perm, you want the natural hair to have as much strength as it can, because when you have the two types of hair, let's say this part is the old perm part and this part right here is the new natural part, that little transition part of your hair, you have to make that strong enough until you're ready to cut the permed hair off of your hair. If you don't, you'll have all of this little short and long pieces all over your head, and you'll have a uneven hair, and you'll want to cut it sooner than you need to cut it. So it's good to add some type of protein to your hair so your hair can be strong enough to handle the transition time that you're going to be going through to become natural. So I was sharing this with you on the rice water because it can do that just as well as if you used a protein treatment like this AphroG product, this two-step protein treatment. It can pretty much do the same thing, actually for cheaper, because you buy this for $1 and this is probably like $4. So it's just a little side note and a little secret concoction idea, because one thing I noticed when I first became natural was that there are these naturalistas who mix a lot of different products to accomplish several different things. You can accomplish shampoos, you can accomplish conditioners, you can accomplish deep conditioners by mixing concoctions together that are healthy to your hair, and a lot of them work pretty good. I did also try real avocado, taking a real avocado, mushing it up and mixing it with oils and things like that to make a deep condition in it. I actually liked how it turned out. So anyway, I just wanted to start sharing with you my favorite products. Out of the three of these, I would say this one is the one I use routinely every 3 months. I go and get this. It takes a long time to, get all of that done, but it's very much worth it, because then your hair is, stronger and thicker, that you want your styles to last and your curls to be popping. You want to use those kind of things. So thank you for joining me for part 3 of my natural hair favorite products.